This is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make this offset triangle stitch pattern. For this pattern, you can use any size yarn. I used worst weight yarn, 4-ply for the US, 10-ply for Australia, and I used a 5mm hook or a size H hook for the US. And you can use any size yarn and the correct size hook for that yarn. The multiples of this stitch is 19 plus 4, and what that means is that you'll chain in sets of 19, 19, 19 until your project reaches the width that you want, and then when you're ready, just chain 4 more and you're ready to go. So go ahead and grab your yarn and hook and we'll get started. Okay, when you make your chain, try to chain loosely. Don't chain too tight. If you have difficulty doing this, then I recommend going up 1 hook size. So if you're using a 5mm hook, I recommend going up to a 6mm hook or size J hook just to make the chain, and then switch back over to your 5mm hook to start the stitch. So once you have your sets of 19 plus plus 4, the very first row you want to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So you want to skip over to the 7th chain and do a double crochet. So let me get a little closer here for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in the 7th chain here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7th chain is this one. Put a double crochet. Then you want to work a double crochet in the next 6 stitches. So you'll have a total of 7 double crochets in a row. So it's 3, 4, 5, that's 6, and that's 7 double crochets in a row. Yep. Okay, then you want to chain 1 and then skip 1, and then the next stitch you want to put a double crochet, and you'll repeat that over and over again. Once you get your 7 double crochets in a row, you chain 1, skip 1, and then again you'll do 7 double crochets in a row. So you want to repeat that pattern all the way down till you get to the end of your row, and I'll show you how to finish the end. Okay, when you get to the end of the row, you should have your 7 double crochets in a row and then 2 chains left. You want to skip 1 chain in the very last chain. You'll skip 1 chain and you'll chain 1, and then in your very last chain put a double crochet. And that will end row 1. For row 2, you want to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then turn. And now you're going to be skipping the chain and then your next double crochet, and then go into the next double crochet. So you're going to be going into not this double crochet but the next one. And you'll put your first double crochet there because you are kind of coming up to a point, so you're going to be reducing by 1 double crochet each time. So this time you're only going to want to have 5 double crochets in a row. So that's my 2nd, my 3rd, my 4th, and then my 5th. So I have 5. And then I'll skip this next one as well. So you skip the next one, you'll chain 1, and then you'll work 1 double crochet in this chain that's in between here. So first you'll chain 1, skip this double crochet, and work a double crochet in the chain. And then you'll chain 1, and then you'll start your repeat of your pattern again. You'll skip the very first double crochet and start working your double crochet in the next. And you'll do 5 double crochets in a row. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then again you'll chain 1, you'll skip the next, and then you'll double crochet in this chain. You'll continue that pattern all the way to the end, and when you get to the end, you're going to skip this double crochet you'll skip the first chain and then you'll double crochet in the next chain. And that's how you'll end your next row. Just want to make sure I have the right one. Yeah. Yep, your second chain. Okay. So for row 3, you'll start off by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. And you're going to put a double crochet in this first chain space. And then you're going to chain 1, skip the first, double crochet, and double crochet in the next. And this time around you're going to only have 3 double crochets in a row. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Then you'll chain 1, and you're going to be working now. You'll skip this next stitch and you'll be working in your chain, then your double crochet, and then your chain again. So first you want to put a double crochet in the chain. Did we chain 1? Yes. In the chain. Then 1 double crochet in the top of the double crochet. And then a double crochet in the next chain. And then chain 1. Then we're going to repeat again for the row. We're back up to here now, where you skip the very first double crochet and you double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Then you'll chain 1, you'll skip the next stitch, and then you'll be repeating here. You'll do 1 double crochet in the chain, 1 double crochet in the double crochet, and then 1 double crochet in the chain. Then you'll chain again, then you'll skip, and then you'll start on the top peak of your triangle again. Keep doing that until you get to the end of the row. And to end this row, you will skip the double crochet, you'll skip the first chain, and then you'll double crochet in the next 2 chains. So this is my double crochet, that's my first chain. So in the next 2 chains, you'll put a double crochet. And that's what it looks like right now. So that is the end of row 1, 2, 3. So we are up to row 4. I'm looking at the graph here, so bear with me here. So for row 4, you're going to be chaining 3 and turn. And you're going to skip this first double crochet and then double crochet in the second double crochet. And also you're going to do a double crochet in the chain. Then you're going to chain 1 and skip over to the center of the 3 double crochets here. So you're going to skip 1 stitch and double crochet in the next. And then you'll chain again. And then you're going to move over and do a double crochet in the chain space here. And then you're going to skip a stitch. Wait, where am I? Here. Oh, okay, then I'm here. Okay, then you need to do a double crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets. I mean, in the next 3, actually, the next 3 double crochets here and the chain, so it'll be a total of 5. So you did double crochet in the chain, do a double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. We're expanding again. And then you'll do a double crochet in the chain, which will give you your 5 double crochets in a row. Then you'll chain 1 again, and you'll skip the first double crochet and you're going to be working a double crochet in the center double crochet. Then chain 1 and you'll work a double crochet in the chain. And then you're here. You'll be working again in the next 3 double crochets and then again in the chain, giving you 5 double crochets in a row. And then again you'll chain, you'll work 1 double crochet in the next set of 3, and then chain 1, and then again you'll work in the chain. You'll be repeating this for the whole row, and when you get to the very end of your row, trying to find where I am here. Okay, I worked one in the center, chain one, you put one in the center chain, which leaves you one double crochet left of the row, and then your chain. So you want to work a double crochet in the double crochet, and then in your end chain here, so let me find my place here, which is a chain 3, you just want to put a double crochet in the top of that chain 3 to end your row. And that's what it looks like so far. So now we're at row 5. You want to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and turn. Again, you're going to skip that first double crochet and work a double crochet in the second double crochet, and then you'll work another double crochet in the next double crochet. So you have 3 stitches in a row. And then also in the chain space, the next chain space, you'll put 1, so that'll give you 4 double crochets in a row. Then you'll chain 1. You're going to skip this single double crochet here, and you're going to work a double crochet in the chain space. So we're beginning our next expansion here in this middle one. So you're going to need to double crochet in next 5 stitches on each one of those double crochets. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you'll double crochet in the chain 2 because we're expanding. Okay, then you'll want to chain 1, and then you'll skip the double crochet again, and then you'll start your next set, which is this one, into the chain, and then across again all your double crochets, and then again in the next chain. Then you'll chain 1 again. Always skip the single double crochets, and you're only working with the chain spaces on either side of it. And you'll continue that all the way down the row until you get to your last single, which you'll also skip, and then you'll put a double crochet in the chain, and then 1 in each of these last 2 double crochets, and then 1 in the top of your chain 3. And that's how you'll end your row. So I got 1 in the chain space, 1 in the next 2 double crochets, and then 1 in the top of the chain 3. And that will end row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for row 6, you'll chain 3 and turn. And this is what it should look like right now. So you'll chain 3, you'll skip the first stitch, and in the next double crochet, you're going to put a double crochet. You'll also put a double crochet in the next double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and then put a double crochet in the chain. Then you'll chain 1, skip the next stitch, next double crochet, and then work in your next. You're starting to reduce this middle triangle now. So you're going to be working a double crochet in all of them but this very last double crochet. So that's 2 double crochets so far. That's 3, 4, and 5, leaving this last one unworked. Then you'll chain 1, and you will work in the chain in between, and then you'll chain 1 again, and then you're starting your repeat. Once you do it in the chain, you'll chain 1, and then you'll skip a double crochet, and then you'll work a double crochet in the next 5. Then you will chain 1, skip this very last double crochet, and then you'll work another double crochet in the chain, and then chain 1, and again skip this first one and continue on. You're reducing the peaks. So you'll continue till you get to your last, to the end of your row, which you should have 3 double crochets and a chain 3. So again, we're going to skip this first double crochet and go into the next. Put a double crochet in that one, double crochet in the next, and then a double crochet in the top of your chain 3. And that's what it looks like this row. So 4, 6, so for row 7, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then double crochet in the second double crochet of the row. You'll skip this first one. I'm going to have a link to the graph if you want to follow along with me in the description box below. So again, you'll want to chain 1. You're going to skip this next double crochet, and you're going to double crochet in the chain, in the double crochet, and then in the chain. This one here is starting to become the peak of the next, the bottom tip, I should say, of the next triangle. So one in the chain, one in the double crochet, and then the one in the chain. And then chain 1. Then you'll skip the next stitch and double crochet in the next. This one is all sets of 3 all across this row. So you'll do 3 double crochets in a row. 1, 2, and 3. And then you'll chain 1. You'll skip the next double crochet, and then you'll work a double crochet in the chain, and the double crochet, and then the chain. One in the chain, one in the double crochet, and one in the chain. And of course, always chain 1 afterwards. And you can see this row is just sets of 3, 3, 3, and you'll be doing that all the way down your row until you get to the end of your row, where you should have 2 double crochets and a chain 3 left. And you're going to want to skip the first double crochet and then double crochet in the next, and then you're left with your chain 3. You'll double crochet in the top of your chain 3, and that will end row 7. So for row 8, you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you will skip the first 2 double crochets, this one and this one, and it'll bring you over to your chain space. And you'll want to put a double crochet in this chain space, the first chain space of the row. And then you'll put a double crochet in the next 3, and then in the chain space, which will give you a total of 5 double crochets in a row. So I'm putting 1 double crochet in the next 3, and then 1 in the chain space. So I now have 5 double crochets in a row. Then you want to chain 1. You'll skip the first double crochet, and you're going to be working in the center. You're finishing off that center triangle here. So that is its peak right there. And you'll chain 1, and of course you'll skip this next one. Then you're on your repeat again. After skipping this one, you'll put a double crochet in the chain, double crochet in the next 3, and then a double crochet in the chain. So double crochet in the chain, double crochet in the next 3. Sorry, fighting with my yarn. Then a double crochet in the, that's the third, in the chain here. And then you're going to chain 1, skip the last double crochet of the row, and just put a double crochet in the top of the chain 3. Okay, that's the end of row 8. And that's what it should look like. So for row 9, again, you're going to want to chain 4. Just a second, let me fix my yarn here. Okay, for the beginning of row 9, you'll want to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and turn. And now you want to work a double crochet in this first chain space of the row. So you'll skip your very first double crochet and work a double crochet in that first chain. Then you're going to work across all of your double crochets, and then you'll work a double crochet in the chain space as well. So that's my second double crochet, my third, my fourth, fifth, sixth, which brings me to my chain space where I will put my 7th double crochet. 7 double crochets in a row, then chain 1, and again you're going to be skipping this middle one and starting right into the next chain, which will put you right into your next set of repeats, where we worked 1 in this chain here, then across all our 5 double crochets, and then 1 in the next chain. So basically you're only going to be chaining 1 and skipping this single double crochet this row. You're just going to be doing a double crochet in all the other stitches. So again, you're going to work a double crochet down all your double crochets and then the chain at the end of the set. So there was across all the double crochets that I had, and now into the next chain you'll put another one, and then you'll chain 1, and then you'll put a double crochet in your, you're supposed to have one here, chain 1, and then, okay, I wanted to double check because there's a space there. It's almost like there's supposed to be a stitch here. Okay, so after you do your last set, put your double crochet in the chain after your double crochet set, then you'll chain 1, and then it says just to put 1 right in the top of the chain 3. And it seems strange to me, but that's what it says. That's why I wanted to double check. Okay, so that was row 9. So this is row 10, which is the final row. It's basically a repeat of row 1, but of course it's done in the stitches, not the chain, so it's an important one to show you. So at the end of this row, you're going to be repeating rows 2 through 10. So this is row 10. You want to do a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you'll want to skip the chain and the first double crochet and working in the next double crochet. So we're starting to decrease our point now. So skip the chain, skip the first double crochet, and then in the next you'll put a double crochet. Then you'll put a double crochet in the next 4 stitches as well, which will give you a total of 5 double crochets in a row. Just like that. Then you'll chain 1, and you're going to be putting, you'll skip the next stitch and you'll put a double crochet in this chain space, and then you'll chain 1, you'll skip the first one, and then you'll repeat what you just did here, putting 5 double crochets in a row. Two, 3, 4, and 5. And then again you'll chain 1 and you'll skip the next stitch, and you'll repeat doing this same pattern through the whole thing. You'll skip the first, chain 1, do your next 5, chain 1, skip the last, work your double crochet in the chain space, chain 1 again so you can skip this one, then you'll do 5 in a row again, and you'll repeat that all the way to the end. And remember, after your set of 5 here, you always need to chain 1 because you're always going to be skipping over. And the end of row 10, you'll skip the last double crochet and the first chain, and you'll be working your last double crochet and the chain, I guess it's the third chain if you count from the bottom. 1, 2, 3. And that will end your row 10, which will bring you right back up to row 2 again. So go ahead and you can rewind the video if you like, and I'll take you through it again, starting from row 2 back up to row 10 again. Also, you can find the pattern on my website. Also, a link to the graph will be on the pattern and below this video, so you can follow along. Maybe you can learn how to read graphs a little bit better. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to like and share this video. It helps me out so much. You can find me on social media down below. All the links are there. Come join me on my Crochet for the Masses Facebook page. We'd love to have you share your crochet items there and comment and just see what you're crocheting at the time. So thank you guys so much for watching.